The last time they zapped me, I went in, and she was there, this girl, because she was there quite often. I was there for 15 times, but she wasn't always there. 20 times, what shift it was. And she was there, and there was another girl in there, and I got her talking, was getting all fixed up. And another girl said to me, I said, oh, we'll see you sometime for last time. And the girl said, yeah, I said, she was away. I can't remember what her name was now. She was away for 12 months and come back. I said, where were you? She said, I went to Canada on holiday. She said, I liked it. She said, I stayed here for 12 months. I said, oh, yeah, good. Whereabouts? And she told me where she'd been. And then I said, where else did you go? She said, I went to New York. She said, that's nice, isn't it? I said, I enjoyed New York myself. And different places. I said, have you been to Scotland yet? She said, no. She said, that is on my bucket list. I've got to go to Scotland. I said, if you go to Scotland, go to Edinburgh. She said, why? I said, go and visit the house I lived in. She said, the house you lived in? I said, yeah. She said, well, how will I find it? I said, it's just off the main street in Edinburgh. It sits on top of an extinct volcano. And she's sitting there looking at me. Edinburgh Castle. Yes. I said, you didn't live. I said, I did. I lived in Edinburgh Castle for 2 years. I said, are you a lord or a prince or something? I said, yes, Prince of Darkness. That's me. She was doing it. She said, bullshit. I said, no. I said, go in there. She said, how did you do that? I said, there was 4 of us lived in the castle permanently. Now and again we'd get someone come in. One time there we had about 10 Gurkhas.
Oh yeah, I know Gurkhas.
There were 10 Gurkhas come in. They were in there for a piping school because there used to be a piping school in Tonabee now and again. They were in there for that. Or we'd have somebody else. A couple of things. I don't know if you ever saw Jim wearing a kind of jacket, a kind of gold thread through it and a yellow jacket.
Oh, okay.
It was, I came up one night, I came upstairs, and we had three or four boys that all worked for the pay corps, because Edinburgh Castle was the pay office for Scotland, the army pay office for Scotland. And they were up there doing some work, and then they were getting off, and I happened to walk in. I was walking past and I saw the garbage bin outside the door, and the jacket, and I picked it up. I knocked on the door, and the fella said, this year, did you throw it out? They said, yeah. He said, I don't want it. He said, you can have it. It's a bloody good jacket. They picked me. So I took it. Bloody Jim used to keep pinching it. I took it home, he used to keep pinching it. But they were always there. But permanently there was only 4 of us lived in the castle. One of the fellows got killed, and he was up in North, he's heading to a soccer game, to get rolled a car or someone was killed. But there was 4 of us living in the castle. I lived there from June 64 to May 66. That's what I lived. That's when I did the move from the army.
Yeah, because I remember you said you went there on holidays.
You used to go to the tattoo too.
Yes, well, I went to the tattoo.
I know, I told you where to get seats.
Yeah.
But it's changed now.
No.
You see it?
Go to the tattoo.
Yeah. I went to the tattoo. First, there's one thing I did. I made sure I went to the tattoo. I had to,
smells like you.
it's this. I had to book the weekend off because when I was working at the Caribbean Park and we could never get Saturday nights off, and I had them like, well, I bought this ticket, 6 months before I left, so I'm going. So I did. And I remember I went to Edinburgh, stayed in a hotel, stayed in a hostel. I went there, and then I went to Edinburgh like many, many times. So I've been there at least 30 times. Used to go there all the time.
Yeah.
Clubbing.
But if you watch the tattoo now, the scaffolding is a lot higher now than what it used to be.
Yeah.
Used to be.
Oh,
And what they used to do was, you see the soldiers walking out the castle, walking out the esplanade, and they walk off and down the street. You don't see them coming back, and along the side of Tracy's Princess Street, they built a scaffold right along there, so you could walk all the way right around the wall and in the door.
Yeah.
But last time I was over there and went into Edinburgh Castle, we took your mother in, of course she'd never been there. Where we used to come in that door, they built a bloody shop in there. And because it was a 2-lane, you could come up with, the 2 cars could pass in up there. Now there's only a lane place for 1 car. Because I used to drive past all the time.
Remember you said you went there on holiday as well, and like you were you walking around and saying, oh, you can't go here, and you're like, oh, I used to live here?
Oh, I went to come up and at the head at the office where we was a big block, as you come up the esplanade, they fired the 1 o'clock gun from down here and you go up a bit high. There's a big building. If you go into Google Earth, you can see it and I can point out my bedroom in it, where I used to be. But I was standing there and I walked up and this fella outside that little kind of cubby thing and he said, you can't go in there. And I said, oh, your mother was there and your Uncle Jim. I said to him, see that in the door there, see that little door down there? He said, yeah. I said, I used to get into a cup of tea with the girls in there, the girls that used to come over from Bedford Barracks, get in there. I said, our office was the one next door. There was a warrant officer and 2 civilian clerks. There was me, a major and a full colonel. I said, if you turn right and up that way, right at the very end is the colonel's office, the left-hand side. And next to him was a major. And the opposite corner over here was a brigadier, but I don't know where he went to. And there was then a couple of officers there because I was walking down there one day and the warrant officer said to me, he said, you're not going up in your charge dress like that. I was wearing old kind of work clothes, you know. I said, what charge? He said, don't you know that you're in a charge? I said, no. What for? He said, oh, for when you... First time in my life I've ever been late. I was late turning up at the colonel's house one morning. Supposed to drive him and the major somewhere. And he'd phoned the major come over with his Land Rover and they were going down and they'd sent me back. So they took me charge. I said, oh, well, if I'm going to get charged, I better go and get dressed. And away I went and I get dressed and I come back down and I said, we'll do this properly. He said, if I want to charge, we'll do it properly. I'll go and get myself an escort. Because you were supposed to have an escort to get the charge. Then they knocked on this office door and I walked in. Then the sergeant said, oh, yeah, what do you want? I said, can I borrow Lance Corporal so-and-so? Because I was a Lance Corporal. I said, can I borrow Lance Corporal Jackson or whatever his name was? I can't remember his name there. That was the fella that was killed. He said, what for? I said, I want a charge, I need an escort. I said, yeah, go along with Corporal Gordon, go on. And that we marched in, he said, oh, what have you got? I said, you were late turning up. I said, yes, sir. I said, yeah, what have you got to say? I said, I'm late once in 18 months. I said, I've got the colonel out of his bed about 3 times a week. He said, that'll do it, that'll do it. Nothing happened, he just walked out.
What did you used to do there though?
Me?
When you were there?
Drive a staff car.
All right, so.
All I done was...
Get away right.
There was no unit. I can't remember what the unit was called. There was a full colonel, there was a major, there was a W02, used to be a W01, but he left, and there was me. That was 4 of us, and 2 male civic clerks. That was all in the unit. And all we done was go to Royal Engineer, territorial, the TA Army, the weekend soldiers. We used to go and visit them and do things. I used to drive all over Scotland. Wherever he wanted to go, I would take him there. I'd take him up to, what's that big golf range up in the Highlands? I can't think of it. Can't remember what it's called.
Glenelg, is it?
Eh?
Isn't there a place in Scotland called Glenelg?
No. I went up there one day and I dropped him off. He said, can you take me in here? And I gave him 10 for his dinner. I just said, well, I'll be going down the street, and I jumped in the staff car and took off. I used to take the staff car out at night myself. Wasn't supposed to. I signed one to thing we could have said to the major one day, I said, you can't take a car out of here, in the morning. Legally, I wasn't allowed to take the staff car outside unless somebody signed my travel voucher. I said, but there's nobody here to sign it. And they said, what about the guard? I said, the guard's got nothing to do with me. Because there's soldiers guarding the castle every night. I said, they got nothing to do with me. So he got on to the big boss and they gave me permission to sign my one. And then when I handed my certificate, my thing at the end of the fortnight, whatever it was, the major was countersigned right across the whole sheet to do that. Because the guard had nothing to do with this. They were down there. Remember one night in the castle there? At night time, the big gates would close. You walked across the drawbridge. I can see it.
I'm really hilarious.
The big gates would close. And I would go up there. If it was me, I'd go up there and there's a bell on the side. I'd ring the bell. You'd hear somebody coming out the door and you'd hear them. You'd stand there a couple of minutes or something like that. The door would open I just hold up my pass. As they probably knew me anyway, you know, hold up my pass. Again, and one night, the bell went, the fella walked up and opened the door, and these three young fellas charged in, knocked him, gave him a punch in the face, and took off up the castle. So what did they do? They called the cops. But the cops get no jurisdiction in the castle. They come up to the castle and they stood outside the door. And the guard went looking for them. They gave them a bloody good hiding. And then took them back and handed them over to the cops. I was there that night. We watched them. We watched them chasing bloody Pinker up through the castle. It was good.
Good old days.
You did a podcast, love.
Yeah.
Start a podcast.
I should start a podcast.
I love being in the castle. It was good. Different things happen, like, you know. People fall off the wall. Trying to, yeah. I come out. When my bedroom was like here, and you walk down there, it was the opposite way around. You walk down the passage and then you usually turn right, you go along and then get downstairs and then down the other stairs. Because we were on the first floor above the ground floor. And there's a window just here. And one day we opened the window, climbed up and dropped off the window. And I was dropping off, I'd only dropped that far down, like my height. I only dropped that far. And as I let go, I thought, shit, have I dropped down from the other side? Because the other side's about 20-foot drop. And I just, I stood in that drop, I picked the right one. I bloody frightened myself, tell you. I was thinking just I'd done it a drop. I thought, shit, I've dropped the wrong way. I went over, dropped out the wrong window.
Lucky you didn't.
No, I didn't.
How drunk were you before?
No, I was just heading down the pub there.
Oh, okay.
It was good. I can tell you a few funny things that happened up there, the castle.
Save it for the podcast.
Yeah.
It's going to start a podcast.
No. I wrote a lot of stuff down for you to type it all out. I've got someone somewhere, I can't remember what it is, I've typed out, but I can't remember. Nevada, someone wanted someone to type it all out. Things that happened.
There's something. I think there's something in the safe where you've written one thing out. Not the safe in your filing cabinet.
The only thing I would put in the note, they didn't tell anybody in the army, because the major wanted me to go to Cyprus with him. Driving along one day in the car, and he said, I'm getting posted soon. He said, to Cyprus. He said, I'd like you to come with me as my driver. I'm down and I looked in the mirror and I could see him, and I said, well, back to bullshit parades and guard duties? I said, I don't think so. But then I got stomach ulcer anyway, so I got kicked out. But I didn't tell him I thumped an officer one day. We're going along, we're going out. I didn't know this officer. I used to do all these odd jobs. You know, go and meet paratroopers off a plane. Do something, it's always something funny. And this day they sent me, they said, what are you going to do? To go over to Bielefeld. That was the British Army headquarters in Germany. And I turned up there, an Austin Champ, and the top down and everything like that. It's a four-wheel drive, the Austin Champ. And I pulled up, and a submachine gun on my shoulder, and I walked in. Of course, the MP said, you can't bring that gun in here. I said, well, I can't bloody well leave it outside. Somebody can nick. So, who do you want? I want Captain so-and-so. I didn't know this fella. He come down, he was one of them English regiments, like, you know, the Norfolk Greys, or whatever you want to call them, something like that. And anyway, he comes out, slouches and goes out, and he jumps in the car, and it's four-wheel drive. And I'm sitting there, and I said to him, where are we going? He said, we've got to go to such and such a place. Yeah, okay. Off we goes. We're driving along out the country road it was, driving along, there's a big hill in front of us. We come up behind this truck with a big trailer on, and he was loaded, he was getting down the gears. And because the vehicle's right-hand drive, but over in Germany you drive on the right-hand side, I couldn't see what was going past. So I said to him, will you tell me when it's clear so I can cut out and go past? He said, yeah, and I'm sitting there down there. And he said, okay, go now. There's a car went through, he said, go now. So I pulled out, put the thing up a gear. I was just about to go up into fifth gear, and the car came over the top of the hill coming towards us. And I'm just going about to get into 50 years. First year that I've only got. Yeah. And I'd one hand the steering wheel. I went to change gear. He grabbed the hold of this side of the steering wheel and pulled it. I don't know where the hell I think he was going because there was only trees alongside the road. And I just felt it going. I held onto the window and bang, whoa, and I dug my elbow straight these bloody ribs. He let go and they saw they heard this German driver must have seen it because he beep beep, give the beat in the horn. And I heard him he lift the throttle, the foot off the throttle, and I cut in front and away we went. And this dude, I said, don't you ever touch the fucking steering wheel again. He didn't say nothing, he just sat there. And he was sore. Because I said to him, I'm a good driver, I'm not getting in danger of your life or mine, especially my own. Don't touch the steering wheel, and we can go back now. He never said nothing, he just sat there. 3 days we were out there, then we come back and I pulled back up in front of Bill, we had picked him up, headquarters, and he got out and I could get his gear out and all that. Bye sir, I said goodbye. He said, you're a good driver and walked away. That's
There you go.
something.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, he knew he was sore because the next couple of days, every now and again, he would go. I don't know about attractive ribbon, I think I dug my elbow straight to his ribs.
Like a rib.
Could have, of course I hit him hard. Because I was just the way I went, I made change gear, I went that, bang, knocked his hand off the steering wheel. Whack as hard as I could. He always straight to his
Gave
ribs.
that extra bit because it was English.
So that was it. You can turn that off now.